Good afternoon and welcome to Pundits on Flip TV. I'm Christian Chikon. I have with me Mr. Israel Aristotle. Yes, it is another wonderful edition of the program, and I would say the stage is set for the emergence of an APC presidential candidate. A few days from now, we will be certain on who will be challenging Atiku in the forthcoming presidential elections. A recent outburst from the national leader of the APC has been the top discussion in the media. A few hours ago, he spoke on his immense contribution to the party, hence that the political profiteers have betrayed him. He spoke about his effort on the emergence of Buhari and the State Governor Dapo Abiodun. Let me ask my guest this morning, how do you look at the reactions? I'll call it the reaction from the Jagaban of Lagos.
Yeah, good afternoon. This is Flip TV again. Let me state categorically clear that I've been sober since yesterday. Sober because, like you said, the right word you use is an outburst. You call it an outburst, and I want to call it a vituperation because what transpired yesterday, what the Jagaban displayed in Abeokuta yesterday, is a vituperation, like I said, that is anarchistic in nature. There is anarchy in that tone. That tone is a culmination.
When you call the governor a lay,
there is a culmination of frustration shrouded with desperate attempts, you understand, to get something at all costs. Now, let me start by using this popular quotation of Karl Marx. Karl Marx once said that the predictive ability of the world's intellectual class to study the past and the present in order to lay a predictive emphasis on the future is the most fundamental basis of humanity. And someone now made that simpler, that those who fail to learn from history will be condemned to repeat it. I think what happened yesterday clearly showed that history is about to repeat itself because we've not learned from it. We've not learned from it because what the Jagaban did yesterday is out of the ordinary. Out of the ordinary because probably I know he's a student of history, I know he's vast, but probably the agenda, the attempt, and whatever he feels he might have done for the nation as, you understand, overriding his sense of reasoning, because I was not expecting such an outburst from a national leader that is intending to lead the nation at large.
Let's look at it like this. If you have fought for a cause and you find out that people are not really appreciative.
Thank you.
That is the way he's feeling.
That is. I am trying to let you know that history is about to repeat itself because he has not learned from history, and if he feels that way and is acting that way, then something is amiss. What is amiss? Let me use these two analyses for you. Tinubu, Akintola, 1963 to 1966. Then Awolowo, Akintola, 1963 to 1966.
Okay.
And Awolowo, MKO Abiola, 1979 to 1983. We always believe that Awolowo was the best president Nigeria never had, and he contributed immensely towards internal democracy. He developed the region at a pace that other regions are, you understand, envious of. And that is why you can see that the West is more developed. Virtually all the the first things in this country are from the Southwest. So if you look at competence, careerability, and whatever, Awolowo qualified or ought to be a president of the country. But at the time when he was the regional head, he wanted to go and contest again for the president after he refused to join the coalition of government that involves Azikwe and Tafawa Balewa. At that time, it was supposed to be a triumvirate, but he said no, he wants to be in the opposition. And when he was leaving as the premier of the Western region, he handed over to his second in command, Ladoke Akintola, that okay, I'm going up. There was this gentleman agreement between them. I am going to contest for president, but peradventure I lose, I am coming back to take my seat. Akintola agreed, and he went there, he contested, he lost. When he lost, he came back, and when it's time to honor that gentleman agreement, Akintola refused, and that was
there any agreement between Tinubu and anybody?
That is, I'm going somewhere. That's why I'm giving you this analysis. He declined. Akintola declined, and that was when we have this adage, this Yoruba adage that Atiko Debolo Salowo, that we've placed a ring in the finger of an herbalist. It now remains who will remove it. And Awolowo said, no, if it cannot be removed, then we'll cut the finger. That was what led to Operation Wetye that time, and the Yoruba nation lost out. Now, fast forward to 79 to 83. That was another opportunity again for Awolowo to become, after we saw what transpired during the first tenure of Shagari. You understand? Now another Yoruba man came up against Awolowo.
History will repeat itself.
So that's what is happening. That's why I'm going there. Now MK Abiola at that time now suddenly became an MPN financier. That time Awolowo had Nigeria Tribune, which is, as at that time, the most widely read newspaper in the country and the most followed. Now, because of that political afflictions between the two of them, MK Abiola has to go and start Concord newspaper. He started so many things to truncate the effort of Awolowo. And I think historically, whether it's right or wrong, whether it's true or not, we heard that maybe Awolowo laid a course on Abiola that time, that you will see the seat, but you will not get there. We all know what happened to MK Abiola after June 12th debacle, where he was denied and he eventually died in prison. So on two occasions, the Yorubas have had reasons to rise against themselves when they ought to support themselves or do something unilaterally. Now it's happening right in our presence, and if without likening, you cannot equate Tinubu with Awolowo and MK Abiola. He's not that magnanimous, he's not in their caliber, but at least for his generation, he has produced more, he has contributed human development, he has developed people. All the things he said yesterday, I was not expecting him to say it because it was petty on his part. Petty because for him now to be frustrated to the extent of talking, lambasting, and infuriating the general public that is expected to have sympathy for him. I think it's a wrong notion on his part. And sir,
it's a wrong notion on the part of.
It's a wrong notion on the part of.
He was instrumental to the emergence of Buhari and also other.
I agree. We all know. He told us yesterday. He made us realize that it was because they don't want a Muslim ticket. Though we've had a Muslim ticket before. Baba Gana Kingibe and MK Abiola, though they were not allowed to rule. So, peradventure, he insisted as at that time. Maybe he would still have become the vice president, but he made us realize that Saraki and the PDP governors that came into the party insisted, and he was the one that nominated Osinbajo. Though there is a controversy to that place. He said yesterday that he's saying it for the first time that he was the one that nominated, while Osinbajo had said in a publication that it was this Ibikunle Amosun and others that nominated him. That is not where we are going. Where we are going is, everybody knows Tinubu bought a jet for Buhari. Everybody knows that it was Tinubu that sponsored, financed, and made Buhari the president. We all know that, and that having that at the back of our mind, is that a transmission of the fact that, okay, because he has done that, then he should be the next president.
Probably there was an agreement.
I have told you 2 occasions, a gentleman agreement that is not written. I told you on the other hand that most of the things we run in this country today are not constitutional. They are conventional ways of doing things that people are kleptomaniacally using, you understand, to hoodwink one another and outshine one another. So for Bat yesterday to, I think he go low, and excuse me, there's this maxim that if you want to fight a pig, you have to be ready to go into the mud.
Yeah,
I am not expecting.
He said he was going to fight dirty.
I am not expecting a Tinubu to go dirty, to fight dirty. He has been so magnanimous. Like he said he's a Democrat, and being a Democrat means you must accept the outcome of whatever comes out. Now that is where the problem starts. You said it has generated reactions, and the reactions, if you go and look at what do I use to judge it, if you rationalize it from the reactions, you will see that what he said yesterday has created more enmity for him than friends.
Has created more enmity.
More disdain, more opprobrium for him than to convince. He was saying it, he was doing it to convince us, to let us know this is his contribution, this is what he has done. He wants us to appreciate it, and he expects us that we should reciprocate what he has done by making him the president. But the truth is, we always have this maxim. Yes. You cannot be working in Coca-Cola and be collecting salary in NNPC. Let me explain. This is a Tinubu that from 1999 till today, he has been authoritarian. Everybody authoritarian, hegemonic. He has acted like an emperor. Anybody that he chooses is who he wants.
But I thought he says a Democrat.
That's what he said. But his actions are otherwise. His actions are otherwise because he has never allowed democratic process in choosing or making people or building people. It is whoever he has passion or sympathy for. And that is what happened. Look at Ambode now. Ambode case is still very, very fresh. It's very, very fresh. Ambode did well in his first term, but because they said he did not remit to certain persons. When Ambode was going for second term, it took Badaru, the governor of Jigawa, and other governors. They came, they prostrated for Tinubu that he should reconsider Ambode for second term. He said no, that his decision is final. And like the Dapo that I was talking about yesterday, that was when Amosun, outgoing governor of Ogun State, had a different candidate, not Dapo. But Dapo ran to Lagos, and in order to prove his supremacy, Tinubu has already seen himself as an emperor, as a mini god that everybody should worship. He ensured that the governor's candidate lost, and he placed Dapo there. But what is more disturbing, and in fact, somebody like me now, I'm angry. I'm from Ogun State, and somebody called me. The first person that woke me up this morning, the way he addressed me made me furious. He said, your governor is now Governor Eleyi. Sir, it is the meaning. It is the meaning. Dapo Abiodun, the governor of Ogun State, is 62 years old. He's not a kid, and he's a governor, an excellency for that matter. For you to address,
is an ally
of Tinubu. Now, for you now to desecrate such a person by addressing him as an Eleyi
in front of his
people. Eleyi calling is the most demeaning title you can give to a human being. That means Eleyi means somebody that is an infradignitary, somebody that is infinitesimal, somebody that holds no value, somebody that cannot be anything without Tinubu's impact. And he said it yesterday that for 25 years he has suffered for us, he has made people. It is time for him to make himself. This, like I said, are desperate and frustrating statements that ask more questions than answers.
What he has done, is it going to come out negative or positive?
It is going to come out negative for him because he has now drawn more enemies to himself. You don't praise yourself, you let people praise you. Yes, we know that he has done. It is a fact, a truism. All the things he said he did them actually well. But he must not forget, like I said, that he has maintained the policy of consensus and choosing whoever he wants
in his own
kingdom, in his own fiefdom, in his own hierarchy, in his own imperialistic arrangement, and it has been working for him. Now Buhari is about to do the same thing. He is getting angry. Let Buhari too do what Tinubu has been doing. It is a payback time. You cannot sow beans and reap maize. It is time. And you want to go. Who must go into equity? Must go with clean hands.
Why are Southerners? Why don't we support ourselves as Southerners?
Tinubu did not have a moral penumbra to say all those things he said yesterday. That is what I'm saying. I am pained. I am pained because See, these are the people Tinubu made. He made Fayemi, he made Akeredolu, he made Oshibajo, he made Oyetola. Virtually every structures in the southwest, apart from PDP, apart from this boy Sheyi in Oyo, he made virtually all of them. But you will see that these are still the people contesting against him. Why? If he truly deserves that honor, I don't even, in fact, there is this fallacy that people always argue that Oshibajo can never even buy a form, he will never contest against him. Fayemi can never buy a form, he will never. But these are people that are contesting against him, and these are people that are not supporting him. They are not supporting him directly, and he's aware, because he said it at the screening. What led to the outburst was that fraction in that their screening arrangement. Up till now, the result of the screening are not out, and you are expecting the primary. So somebody, there will be an armor weight or someone head before that day, because we didn't have the results yet. But he said it categorically clear there. There is not going to concede to any consensus, and that if there is going to be, or there must be, or there should be a consensus, it should be him, because he is the magnanimous entity in the structure. He is the one that makes the structure. If for him to have abrogated all such powers to him, it has shown that he's not enjoying the followership that he claims to be leading.
Let's look at the leadership style of Bola Tinubu at this point in time. What do we take out of it?
That's why I've just told you. Bola Tinubu has been hiding under democracy to perpetuate authoritarian way of livelihood, and that is what he's about to reap. Yes, he has claimed to be democratic, but he has always been authoritarian in nature. He did not give level playing field. He did not allow people to show what they are capable of doing. He is only emotionally confident in whoever he chooses to do his bidding. And all these people they've been paying back. And look at it. This is Lagos. If he's trying to use Lagos, that he developed Lagos, I want to disagree. Lagos has been far developed prior to Tinubu, and whatever Tinubu claimed to have done, apart from human development, I don't think he has done anything different from what other people have done in other states. And if you look at it, Tinubu has not directly affected indigenous as citizens of Lagos.
There was free education.
The people with free education, where free education is everywhere now. Every governor is, from that 1999 to 2007, almost all the state practice free education. So he was not exceptional, and there are no structures that he put on ground that is different from other places. What I'm trying to say is that everything he has claimed to do does not reflect the followership he's enjoying now, and it is obvious that despite the fact that people know he has done that, they have left him to Majolo Munwenye. And see, this is a world where we live in a world where people now cry and laugh is universal. There are just different ways to laugh, or there are different ways to cry, but both are universal, and both can be seen from the countenance of the people. Now it has shown, it is obvious that Tinubu believes, is living under the illusion, under the phantasmagoria of the fact that all these people are behind him.
Fantasy.
These are, if I look at my back, these are my soldiers. But now he has seen that yes, they are his soldiers, but they are not supportive. Sir, everybody knows Tinubu, he has done well, has built human beings, but that he has built people, that is Tinubu that built people, and that is Tinubu that is Jagaban, is entirely different from a Tinubu that will be president of Nigeria. And don't forget that we are just coming out of a trauma of a president who promised us a lot and did virtually nothing. So what Tinubu has said yesterday is a testimony of the fact that he was so parochial, so egocentric, to the extent of giving us the worst president.
Okay, let's look at
supporting and giving us the worst president in the history of this country.
With the way things are going now,
succeed that failure. He's ready to succeed the failure he has created.
With the way things are going now, let's look at the dynasty, the political dynasty or future of Tinubu. What do you think would be his outcome?
He's old now. He's old already, and that's why he's fighting. I think this is the last time he can fight. And that's why he's fighting with all his life. Because what I know is that aftermath of, in the next 4-5 days, Tinubu's political career might die a sudden death. That is
nationally or
nationally now,
or Southwest or Lagos.
Nationally, because anything that deprived him from getting the ticket of APC, which is obvious he may not get now, which is why he's angry. Even if he deviates and goes to SDP or NNPP or YPA, anywhere he goes, he has succeeded, you understand, in letting people know that he does not enjoy the support he claims to have. Because if not, his kindred, his children, people he made will not be contesting against him, and now they are up in arms against him, not ready to step down for him, not seeing him as their leader, making him so furious to the extent of using those unprintable words. I think you should have people, media people, he used so many unprintable words yesterday, though he will want to hide under the fact that he spoke in Yoruba language, but at least this is a country where people translate immediately whatever you say. And
okay, lastly, what would you like to see in the emergence of this APC candidate? What would you like to see?
There is already, APC is already internally imploding. It will not explode, it will implode. An implosion is worse than an explosion. Explosion is outside, people will see it, and like late Bola Ige said, when Abacha, as at that time, when 5 political parties, they agreed, they now said, okay, they are presenting Abacha as their sole candidate. Bola Ige described them as strange bedfellows and 5 fingers of a leprous ant. Or what? You understand? Now, that is exactly what is happening now. The formation of APC, you understand, is about to crumble because they are strange bedfellows. The interest that binded them together is tearing them. It is Buhari that binds them together. Now from 2023, everybody will bear his father's name, and anything that makes Tinubu loses the ticket of APC means APC is internally imploded. Because even Badaru was threatening, the Jigawa governor was threatening on air yesterday that if they did not give Tinubu ticket, that himself and 17 other APC governors will decamp to another place and follow Tinubu. That is 18 out of 22. Mind you, they have 22 states. So now if such is happening, if those threats are coming, and if, okay, there was a meeting yesterday, part of why he made the outburst, there was a meeting yesterday, Osinbajo, with the party chairman and 5 governors met. You now see that all these top hierarchy meetings that they are holding with either Osinbajo or with the good luck that is a Lagbaja that they are trying to bring, I don't know from where they want to go about it, has not involved Tinubu. Tinubu no is not carried along, and what he has said yesterday has screamed. In fact, he has skimmed himself out of the game because he overplayed. You understand? This is a party that is known to always shift goalposts in the middle of a game, and they shifted goalposts for him. So what he has been doing for people, they did it for him, and he's now crying foul. I have just told you it is impossible to work in Coca-Cola and be collecting salary at NNPC. Tinubu is an authoritarian, and what he did for people, Buhari is about to replicate and reciprocate it for him, and he's now shouting.
Okay, yes,
I think it's
thank you very much, Mr. Israel. We are coming to the end of the program, Pundits on Flip TV. We hold this program every day. It's an edition that we have every day, and we know it's interesting to have the Aristotle in the house. We just spoke about Tinubu and how he is fighting dirty. Yesterday, there are some statements he made of the president, also the governor of Ogun State, which did not go down well with some people and sources. We are looking at a form whereby the APC is going to present a candidate that is going to stand the article. Lastly, which candidate do you see in the APC caucus? The
APC caucus now is disturbed now. They are disturbed because they are, like I told you, there is implosion. They are not agreeing. The governors are saying, let the president choose one governor from north or south. The governors are now disagreeing on, okay, it should not be a governor again because there are other stakeholders. I think they are working towards an Osinbajo, or they are going to bring a good luck from the back door. I don't know. But what I know is that come June 6th, APC will be buried. Okay. APC will be buried because Tinubu will lose out, and so many people will leave the party. It will now reduce. It seems you are supporting PDP. It will now, no. I've always told you that even I'm not happy that PDP is bringing Atiku. because I don't subscribe as a Nigerian. I don't subscribe to us having a northerner rule us for 8 years, and we cannot see a single southerner that will rule us again. So I am not clapping for an article, but you know, when everything has gone messy, you will make do with what is available, and the likelihood of a third force, I don't see it coming. Peter Obi, Kwankwaso, Sowore, all of them, they are scattered brooms, and you know, this their broom that they are talking about now is now what makes you call it a broom is because it is hooked together. Now they are trying to, everybody is trying to be individual amongst them. So, and if they are not brooms, they can no longer sweep. Look at what this guy is using to campaign now, Labour. Obi, and you know, the logo of Labour has human beings in it, and they are now telling us that's how they can play with our mentality. They said, okay, we have been voting for non-living things before, brooms and umbrella. It is now time to vote for living things. Last, our brain go reset. Okay,
let me read the comments. We have to Nigeria. Chinas is saying leadership is not always about being president. It is about having your will be done. The fact Tinubu talks about being his turn is silly and clearly shows lack of government. I have let me read one more. Vanity has always been the issue with our people. Tinubu's vanity will only lead to failure. We have come to the end of the program, Pundits on Flip TV. I'll say a big thank you to my guest this morning, and I'm Christian Chukwu, and bye for now till tomorrow. I will have another edition of the program.
See you next time.
Thank you.